elections happening. So we pray that everything goes well. And with that, I invite. Today is a very special day for another reason. I think as the events unfold in the next half an hour, we are very proud to have amongst us the past president of Kasoga, Dr. Hema Divakar, to speak on an issue of national significance of cancer cervix prevention, which is close to the heart of every OBGYN. All are passionate about prevention of cancer, and she has done really significant work in the past few months in this sector. So I first invite Dr. Durgadas to take over and deliver his presidential speech, and then we will go forward. Thank you.
First of all, Namaste Kasoga family. At the outset, I thank everybody for joining this meeting. Today, I am really honored by the presence of my beloved Dr. Hema Divakar, whom I have some special affection. Coming to as a president of Kasoga, I have 4 dream programs. One among them is the adolescent health education. Why I have chosen this program is because of the 2 reasons. India hosts the maximum number of adolescent children. That means 1 in every 5th person is an adolescent child. Secondly, that is the time wherein you can shape them. Enormous transformation occurs physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, and this is the time to hold their hands and guide them in the proper direction. For this mission, Dr. Aruna Mullidhar has taken the immense responsibility. She is a very hard worker, efficient leader, and very disciplined. To add to this, Dr. Sampath Kumari from Chennai has agreed to be the advisor for this program. Now, I felt the implementation of HPV vaccination in these children. In these lines, whom I can think other than Dr. Hema Divakar. You may not be knowing she has done enormous work in the field of HPV vaccination. So I requested her to guide us, to lead us in this direction, for which she has readily agreed. I am really thankful to her for this acceptance. With these few words, I want Dr. Hema Divakar to talk today. My address will be very minimal. I want everything, all the guidance from Dr. Hema Divakar. Over to Dr. Hema Divakar.
Thank you. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಕರೆಯೋದು ಒಂದು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ನೆಪ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಒಂದು ಅಂತ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಟೈಟಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟು. So delighted for the special connects that we have with Durga, Nagaraj sir and everybody in Kasoga. Way back when Dr. A. Padmarao from Manipal and Hiremat were trying to balance us, hold us together and somehow make Kasoga grow. And today I'm so proud that it's a very solid, strong organization to speak of, and all the like-minded have come together, never say a no. And in the backdrop of Mother's Day, which is tomorrow, that is second Sunday of May every year, we owe a lot to our girls, women, mothers, next generation, etc. So this is the proper backdrop. And to all the presidents, secretaries, coordinators, conveners, champions, everybody, just about everybody, we need everybody to synergize and work together. So I was thinking, in the typical manner, Durga will speak today about his presidential vision and all, because last Monday or every week that I couldn't attend. And I thought I have to just make a guest appearance, and then came, and no, you have to speak at length. So I quickly cooked up some important information about the idea to action, how we have to implement, and if we really get our act together, really get our act together, Karnataka movement, really we will want it to be the role model for the entire country and people. There is a CCEI, that is Cervical Cancer Elimination India. It's a huge consortium out of the global consortium, and it's looking at Karnataka very closely because our activity has been very loudly showcased. So before I just present a few slides to take you through the journey of what we have done, everything happens for a purpose. And the story behind this whole starting the Screen the Mother and Vaccinate the Daughter initiative started in that lobby of the hotel where we were put up for the Kasoga conference. I think it was Yuva Kasoga or Kasoga conference, where I had to wait for the car which had gone to pick up somebody else. And then in the lobby, I met one bunch of people, Shailaja, Uma, and all from Bidar. And we just got to talking to each other. And, typical how it is, the whole of Foxy, whole of all societies, to take a selfie, to take a group picture. That is a start point. So we all huddled together to take that picture. And I said, hey, what? So then two of them, Aarti and Shailaja, expressed to me that, Madam, now the colposcopy course madideve. We have also bought the colposcope, but we are not having a definite direction forward on how to move the screening initiative ahead. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ we are at a loss because there is so much that could be done. And awareness building we've done very strongly, thoroughly last 2 years, but nobody is coming forth either for the screening nor for the vaccination. So I said, what then could be the problem? Then they said, looks like the hesitancy is not there, but the cost is a problem. So I just offbeat asked, how much do you think they can afford? 500 ನೀವು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ? Will they? Oh, yes, 500 they're ready to. For screening, okay, if we say screening 500 rupees, will they agree? This is just because if they pay a little bit, then accountability is there. They'll show up and then, they'll be serious about what's going on. And so it was just off the hat kind of a conversation. Then we said that we should not leave it there. If that is the affordability level, till we increase the volumes of the screening, till we increase the volumes of the vaccination, when truly the cost will come down to 500, like how when we started with injectable iron, 158 rupees was considered very costly for iron injection. And now today we are making it available at 18 rupees, which everybody says is okay. So we know that with the volumes, the cost will come down. That's it. Let's at least get started to create a buzz in our state of Karnataka. Then we identified a few champions, because doing the screening is easy, doing the vaccination is easy, but what next? After screening, if they have to go for a triaging, the colposcope. So we identified a few champions who are also having an expertise in that. So we said, let's start a pilot between ourselves and get the data on the table and see how we can move things across. And constantly, it's always my habit to keep a few of the leaders in Karnataka informed about whatever we are doing. So all my messages used to, go to them, and then slowly the movement as such picked up, and we got an opportunity to consolidate our strength with our own champions. So if you just permit me to share a couple of slides, because I would like to take more of interaction and see the ideas which other people will give also, how to strengthen this and how to move this further. So accelerating the action, because we have sat over this screening and vaccination for a whole decade and a half and nothing much has moved. So leading the way to better health. And we said, if we can pull some CSR funds, if we can establish something in connect with Kasoga, Association of Healthcare Providers, Eco Platform, because we've started the Cervical Cancer Elimination Coordinators course, which is certified by the government, which is all a digital course. That is the Health Sector Skill Council. So then there is an authenticity, there is a credibility to this whole thing, the way that we're doing. So the Karnataka movement is all about implementing 90-70-90, because as I said, the ideas to action is the, well, we knew we would have challenges. We also know how to figure out the solutions, because we really faced many failures in the past, and we know that we can step up yet again to focus on the sincere intent. So the vaccination schedule, even today, there is a confusion, because 9 to 14, 2 doses, that is what is accepted. But the SAGE and 60 other countries have taken a single dose. So we are telling the government, but government is only hesitant because they will need millions of doses, and they're not yet ready till 2027 to get that rolling, because once the demand increases, they will have to fulfill the supply also. So there is some background history to why our country has not put it in the national immunization program, why it has not accepted the single dose yet, etc. But something better than nothing is always the principle you started. All my colleagues and friends here who know about our diabetes initiative, instead of fasting and 3 more pricks, so 4 pricks in all, we said go to single step test, point of care test. So, we have to work our way around what is feasible. So, what we are telling the school girls is that one dose we will give you, you take, and then in 6 months' time, you have to come back for the second dose. We know that there may be many dropouts. We know there may be difficulty in chasing them again, but it's the India story with the initial vaccination program, which was halted because of several ethical reasons of not taking the consent, etc. That has given a large data that even single dose would be enough. That's how many more countries have picked onto it. So at least 1 dose, but preferably the 2 doses, because we want to keep to the government recommendations yet. Government is telling if you guys can do in private, nothing is stopping you from doing, but we cannot yet put it on to the to the immunization program. And as far as screening is concerned, WHO is breaking its head and saying that visual inspection, y'all please stop doing, because even Dr. Sangvi, who went around in his Jeep as the first person in the world to go door to door, and there was it was like a mobile clinic where they did the visual inspection. He says we should have put a expiry date for that, because now we no longer agree with that visual inspection. Those who are doing pap smear should quickly shift on to the HPV DNA testing, so on and so forth. So this is easily doable, and it is the gold standard and the way forward. IHPV is another such low cost but effective test. Neerja Batla and team, 23rd of April was the dissemination where they have presented their data. So again, going back to what we did about it, it was exactly a year ago at the International Women's Day. We had a whole national team for a national roundtable summit to kickstart this, which the program was called Awareness to Action. And on the dais, the minister got so confused, because some leader is telling 2 doses or 3 doses of vaccine, some is telling the age limit till 45, and some are saying that 25, and all sorts of confusion. And they said, you all decide first what you want to do. Some saying pap smear. So they all confusions to clarity. That was what he wanted. And we said that the program which we want to initiate is screen the mother, vaccinate the daughter to eliminate the cervical cancer. Then we followed it up with the minister within few months after the first program to say that we want to accelerate the action. We spent enough time in creating awareness, but now we want to go to the action. Then he said, no, I want to understand what is this you're talking about, 90, 70, 90. And he gave us a full 3 hours. One round of discussion on why 90% of our girls should be vaccinated. He made very serious notes with the commissioner, etc., and made a note on how Karnataka can implement this. And there was a little bit of back and forth discussion about the dosing and the make of the vaccine, etc. So that was one section. Mid segment was, there were people from Japaigo who were there in this meeting, who had done a major study in Amethi about the self-testing for the cervical cancer screening, and how it worked very well. And then recently, Minister himself said in Saundatti, there were 10,000 women who had come for the camp. but only 8 of them, not even a double digit. Only 8 of them agreed for the pap smear because there was no privacy. Legs had to be hung up, and they said, no, no, not today. We don't want to get it done. He said, why is this and how is this? So that gave us a good chance to explain how the cervical vaginal swabbing with the for the HPV DNA is more feasible in our context than even the pap smear. And then co-testing can always be done if the HPV is positive. Then the 90%, he said, how you will handle those who are positive, you leave them in an anxiety state. So there was a lot of discussion about that also, how we connect with the district hospitals. So it was a very serious 3.5 hour meeting. So these are, I proudly present these champions, the immediate past presidents, both Bharti and Vidya Bhatt and Sonia Mandapa, who's tied up with the Rotary for a lot of programs, Rajashri Palati, and example of how the community connect can happen just about anybody you find, you talk to them about it. Many people want to contribute. Many people want to do a lot of things. Jyoti, of course, Ramaya, she's led many of these oncology movements. Savyamani and Savitri from Hassan have a great influence with the local politicians. So that politician wanted to, half the contribution our foundation does, but a nominal amount which we take from people on ground. He has sponsored 2,000 vaccines, matching the 50% of the cost, and he wants another 14,000 girls in that district to where he is holding a position to complete that. So we are just waiting for the schools to restart, which will be by 20th of May, and we'll roll in the program again. Shailaja from Bidar has much in the forefront because we are giving them the cervical HPV testing kits for them to do, because the strains in India are beyond 16 and 18. There is more to it than what can meet the eye. So Bidar, Kalburgi, Udupi, Hassan, Aluru, Arkalgudu, Mudupidri, then Karkala. Then there are some areas which I don't even know. The Mysore and Bangalore, of course, lots and lots of support for n number of camps. But the most important thing is awareness building so that they have complete confidence and no hesitancy, consent, which has to come well in advance of the camp so that there's no confusion on that day. Then the SOPs for implementation, which there are 7 documents that we will share with Dr. Durgadas and Shobha, and they can share it with everybody concerned. So how we harness the community and collaborators and connectors, and how it has to go seamlessly, because these are little children. We can't make them wait for hours together and make them faint. So it is the local implementation has to be very, very robust, and many sign up for their known people and relatives for the next camp. This buzz that was created, finally, the minister announced that in Kalyana, Karnataka, 5 districts, they will take up the vaccine. That again, the rollout is going to start by mid-June. So we have put everything in place, inclusive of digital documentation of the entire data of the girls who are to be vaccinated. So this push has been given by the government. And the Chikballapur, again and again, we are telling them that old guidelines and new guidelines are different, and HPV is the way forward, but the technical group has not, in Karnataka, has not entirely agreed with this. So there is a little bit of a setback on how to move this forward. But the private practitioners group in Kasoga is already doing this, and we have now an offer by a CSR for 2 lakh construction worker belt to offer the cervical cancer screening with the HPV test. So 2 lakh women to be covered across Karnataka, those who are the construction workers, and we have promised them through Kasoga in partnership, we will make this happen for sure. So this was the whole works of how we build the awareness and how we counsel and how the facilitation for implementation is done, etc. So our campaign is Gift Your Daughter Good Health, and every girl, every woman, everywhere, every time. So in conclusion, we also have a vision that though Durga has told me to speak about cervical cancer screening and vaccination, this is the FIGO Wellness Wheel. And as the Division Director of Well Women Healthcare, our resources going there. So many of the gynecologists are involved in this work, and they're reaching the mothers for screening and they're reaching the daughters for vaccination. Can they do more than just one isolated vertical of the screening and vaccination? With that thought, I have also pitched to many many of the donors who are willing to do a in-clinic and in-camp wellness camps. For the wellness camps, there is the brilliant innovators from Indian Institute of Science, Path Shodh. That means to find your path. That is the name of the device which gives hemoglobin and the blood sugars at one prick. The breast check, we are limiting it to teaching the women the self-check of the breast and doing a clinical check. Then contraceptive offers, Shobha, I know, is in the forefront of this with her Sankalp projects, etc. Then digital BP apparatus, which any the paramedical can do, and the bone density, which many companies have in their offering. So a comprehensive check for women above 30, just like the Griha Arogya program, which the minister has announced, which is yet to start. But since 60% are coming to the private, a large segment of every woman above the age of 30, 35, we should be able to cover all of these in addition to cervical cancer screening and vaccinating the daughters. Yet again, hats off to the Karnataka, because ABCDE program is started in Hassan when it was my presidential year, and in all of these, anemia adolescent care, with the Anemia Mukta Bharat policy, we have moved the needle far further. Building contraceptive choices started with PPI UCD, but now implants and other things, it has also moved further. The C was a significant barrier, cancer cervix. Diabetes in pregnancy, I think the world is looking at us for the better things that we've done. Essential obstetric care, again, not only through the Laksha program in the government, but also the Manyata in the private segment. We have hand in hand moved ahead. So of all the things, a major gap is cervical cancer screening and vaccination. And also the major gap is the NCD. Women is having diabetes in pregnancy, but she'll become type 2 diabetes. Who's going to test her afterwards? She's not available in the system at all. So integrated care with one prick, one BP check, one breast check, one foot on the bone densitometer, just to give her at least an idea of the advice for what the calcium intake and vitamin D is all about. And of course, the major flagship, which should be impactful in the year of Dr. Durgadas and continue for a long, long time to go, because we have large number of girls and women to be covered in the screen the mother and vaccinate the daughter program. And so in clinic, where the consultants and their staff would be involved in the wellness programs, five, six issues, but whatever we can do, with the major focus on cervical cancer screening and vaccination. In camps where it will be a society-led program with the volunteers from the society, which they're already used to doing so many programs. So this one will not be, we will facilitate everything possible for that. And the Kasoga-led collaborations with the NGOs and farmers and all, where we have to have the vitamin M right there to, make this sustainable in the long run. So this is, in short, the thought process and the implementation plan. Within your clinic also, you can set up a camp on a particular day, call all women, we will facilitate that well women care to, with all the ingredients put there. You can counsel the daughters for vaccination also, and that will also be supplied, but we have to draw a proper schedule. And the society may want to, put up a camp once in 3 months. That's also possible. And of course, we will need the leaders from this group to help us negotiate in a better way with all the CSR donors who are now trusting our credibility for executing this. So if we do this well, it'll be a job which will, just like Shobha mentioned that how the ceasefire was brought about today, it's a great accomplishment. So the same way the Karnataka movement should seize the movement for the cervical cancer and the vaccination initiative to gift good health to the generation next. So this is the long story, which I can never make it shorter than this. That is what it is from me. So thank you, Durga, Shobha, Jyotika, few faces which I can see here, and Rajashri, Shailaja, and I think the other champions whom I mentioned, they're always there, but they have taken huge efforts. It's not easy. One round of awareness for the school teachers, one round for the parents, one round for the students themselves, one round with religious leaders, one round with politicians. This much goes on behind that awareness program of the buying. But once they have done it, there is no looking back. And the strategizing and making the whole thing seamless is also, now we are a well-oiled missionary, and we are happy to do. And Rajeshri is here. It was just one phone call. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ madam? Breakfast ಆಯ್ತಾ type of a phone call, which snowballed into one big movement in her area of watching it. So it's just that, we always say as a tagline, a lot can happen over coffee. And
Correct.
indeed, this is one of the things where a lot happened over coffee. So I think this opportunity for me to present how much more we can do together is really something that I appreciate, that I could share some of my thoughts, and I always believe that we are better together. Namaskara.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thanks a lot for finding time to come. I know you're so busy.
Yeah.
And as we move forward, I think we want your guidance, and we'll try to reach Karnataka as much as possible, starting from Bidar, like Shailaja till Mysore, Sonia, everybody. We'll add some more people into the mission. I know. I am very sure Aruna will take the leading, be a leader in this mission. Coming to the next
Thank you.
thing. Thank you. No, she
Thank
has
you
one
very
more
much.
role to play. That lucky trip.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
acknowledge the
Okay.
I acknowledge the presence of Jyotika, Rajeshri Palladi, Rupa, and all my colleagues, Kasoga colleagues. I'm very strict. I want to finish by 9:30 or 9:35 at the maximum. So I don't want to talk anything more. We have the second project of mine is about the webinars. Doctor, for this is going to be led by Dr. Jyotika Desai and Rupa, so and Srimati. So in that respect, on 13th we are having the the webinar. Details of which I will let you know in the next meeting. Any members, any questions? Because of lack of time, don't worry. Post your questions to me either WhatsApp or email. We'll address in the next subsequent meetings, because I don't want to set this beyond 9:30. That's the only purpose. So coming to the first set of webinar, Jyotika, I think shall I announce Jyotika madam? I think please announce, madam. You are taking so much of please.
Mute
Jyotika,
ಆಗಿದೆ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಕಾ.
Jyotika Desai ಅವರದ್ದು.
ಜ್ಯೋತಿಕಾ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಮ್ಮ.
Srimati, you announce, Srimati.
ಅಲ್ಲ
She's the convener, chairperson of the Clinical Research Committee. So we are going to have a set of webinars every month. Srimati, take over, ma. Hedu. Yella hedu. Unmute. First unmute. Unmute.
Sorry. Yeah. So thank you, Durga sir and Jyotika ma'am. So the first webinar is part of the CRC. We are going to be doing this Tuesday. This is going to be on screening in pregnancy. So the brochure has already been circulated. We request all Kasogians to participate actively. The second webinar is going to be on the 10th of June, 5 to 6:30. And the topic is going to be on fertility issues. So this is a plan which we have. So this is going to be on OI, recent trends, IUI, IVF, ICSI, choosing the right intervention. fibroids and endometriosis, role of medical management in infertility, ovarian aging, cause for concern today. And every webinar, we are going to have 3 judges, 4 speakers, and we're also going to have an expert faculty. And this time we are hoping to have a talk on fertility preservation, keeping up with the theme of fertility. So we request ma'am to select 4 societies.
6.
for Lucky Dip.
4 as
4 plus
2
2.
standby, totally 6.
4 plus 2.
Madam, this is I'll make
Jyotika
a
has to
small.
select, huh?
No, you are supposed to. No,
I was just messaging you what I'm supposed to do.
you are not. They are not given the names of the societies.
Arun has the.
Had
Can you flash the list of the names? So I have to choose 4 societies in which these
yes,
programs will be
yes,
conducted.
yes.
The next webinar.
Meantime, I'll tell you the 4 people will speak from different societies. Each one will be given 12 minutes. 12 plus 3 minutes for question and answer. It's a 1 hour program. And another 20 minutes, the guest speaker who is out of Karnataka is going to speak. Total program is only 1.5 hours.
90 minutes, huh?
And at the end of 10 months, the first prize, it's a competition like. The first prize will be 10,000 and second prize will be 8,000. So, who is the best speaker will be selected in that manner. So, will you please choose
So,
any in the
so
order first, second to
list bantu ಇವಾಗ ಬಂತು.
yes.
Because Arun is more in touch with Divakar. He sent the list to Divakar. Divakar has now sent it to me. So in each, see, there are different squares, now 4 different squares. From each of them, I have to choose one.
ಹೌದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಹಂಗೆ ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ
Random.
No. See how he has sent us in one square. There is Belgavi, Davangere, Gadag, Hubli, Dharwad, Haveri. Then
ಓಕೆ
there is another square.
It is zonal. It is zonal.
zone.
So any one you can choose from each zone. That's
Yes.
what.
Each zone.
And
Okay.
but Dr. Durgadas, I hope he has excluded who have
Yes, ma'am.
performed this time.
Yes, ma'am. He
Yeah.
said
Okay.
so, ma'am. I told
Okay.
him.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Okay.
ಲೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇದೆ.
We are waiting for you to announce, Hema.
ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ನೇಮ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಇಲ್ಲ society name only I'm just seeing because Chitradurga has just had one program and Tumkur is also having one major program. So I'm seeing that these are in this initial time spans. It should not go too close to the physical meter. Hangeno on the calculator.
Yeah. Correct.
Davangere. Then Chikkaballapur, which is a new society. Then Hassan and Bidar.
Madam, 2 more as a stepney. If in case they cannot ಇನ್ನಿಬ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ನಿ ತರ ಯಾರಾದ್ರು ಇಬ್ರದ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ.
Kalburgi and Shimoga.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lucky dip ಏನು? This is the second googly he has thrown today. One is that you just appear as a guest and then it is totally, and the second is pick up.
He's an ace bowler, Hema. He's an ace bowler.
Absolutely.
This is one that you don't get anything. No.
ಏನಲ್ಲ?
Allah, this is one lucky dip where you don't get anything.
She gets to choose now. She gets to
enjoy the other
choose.
people's being
That is the
lucky.
privilege.
ಶೋಭಾ ವೈಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಮೇಡಮ್?
ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So it is a real
Our treasurer is there.
delight. Yeah, is there? Shobha is there?
Yeah.
Shobha Verbalgi?
She told that she will be joining. ಇಲ್ಲ
Dr.
ಇದನ್ನ
Verbalgi?
ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
ಇದಾರೆ.
Yes, ಇದಾರೆ.
ಹಲೋ.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. ಶೋಭಾ ಬೆಂಬಳಿಗಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಧ್ವನಿ.
ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಂಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಶೋಭಾ
ಇದಾರ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅವರು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Just to fill the gap, Dr. Durgadas, I really wanted to say that
Good evening, madam.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, continue. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Hello.
Shobha, you are
Yes, we
audible.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Thank you, Hema madam. It was very informative talk.
Thank you, Shobha.
Yeah. Thank you, Durga sir, for giving us the opportunity to attend the meeting. Thank you, Shobha Gudi madam. I thank all the members who attend the meeting for today's program. And I think we should take up the tips what Hema madam has given us. And Hema madam, I wanted to tell you one thing. From Hubli, I am a ladies wing and Rotary Club. We have last month we have given about 1,000 HPV vaccines free of cost.
Super.
Oh,
Wow.
actually, VRL people gave us the
That's
CSR
wonderful.
fund,
Yeah.
and that was a good part of the activity.
So, actually, all the collaborators, wherever we have pitched for the vaccine, the beneficiaries have got it free of cost. But they
Yeah,
have, so they have raised funds from Rotary, they have raised so all that kind of a thing. So finally, the underprivileged and the government school children, everybody, they don't have to actually pay. So it's a really a good thing that VRL and everybody now is getting sensitized, Shobha, as
yeah,
to
madam.
they
Yeah.
want to give for this cause. So we should project it as a big cause. That's the main thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
Congratulations. Very
okay,
nice.
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
That
I
art is
thank.
with you, Hema, and we are going to learn it from you of making it so big that it absolutely convinces
Yeah. It was all
everyone that
Hema
it
madam's
is. Yeah,
initiation, motivation.
correct, correct, correct,
Keep
correct.
saying the same
Wonderful.
things.
As
That's
Durgadas,
authentic
I
words.
only wanted to say that today her talk was very reminiscent of the time that she led Foxy, which such a powerful drive, and she involved all of us as Team B, and the same ABCD project she launched, and we really stood in awe as she marched. She led Foxy. So we feel so fortunate, Hema, that you have come forward with the same enterprise for Kasoga today, and we are very eager to follow your lead. And please give the direction as Shobha